Hey, good to see you again. So we had our talk, fix your plan, fix your life, and the importance of understanding when you focus on your plan and you keep your priorities straight, and your priorities should be in just one hand, the 5 most important things you need to do every day. And every day you get up, you master these 5 lives. I call them 5 lives. You've got your spiritual life or your personal development life. You've got your family life, your fitness life. You've got your financial life and your social life. And every day that we wake up, our objective is to get better at the hand that we have. Some of us have a bad hand. We just need to change what's in our hand. But then when we use this as a technique to help us stay focused, because if you keep your priorities straight, you'll have a great year. Keep your priorities straight and you'll keep your focus straight and you'll make progress in the things that are so important in your life, which should be just in one hand. Don't try to do too much. All you need is a handful. And really, you only have 5 lives to live. You don't just have one life to live. You don't just have your financial life and everything else you forget. But then to back this up, we need an accountability device. So you've also, along with this video, you'll see that there's a PDF that you get. And this PDF is basically all the days of the year broken down into little blocks, empty blocks. And each column represents a month and each box represents a day. And the box is to put a number in. And so with your goals, with the things that are important to you, your 5 objectives, like your personal development life, for example, every morning when you get up, you want to start your day with personal development. Now, I love my spiritual life, so I spend my beginning of my day every morning. I get up, I'm in the 5 a.m. club, and I do my Bible doctrine. And then I put a 1, or I put a number, like I have different lessons I listen to, but I put a number in the box or a check mark in the box. And this represents, this gauge sheet, this daily gauge sheet represents my spiritual life. And every day that I do my Bible doctrine studies, I put a check mark in the box. And so I can see how consistent I am. And when I look back over the period of a year, it's amazing when you see how consistent or inconsistent you are. And then when you can match this up from year to year, it's just unbelievable what this does. This helps you to stay accountable because these numbers don't lie. These check marks don't lie. When you keep a daily gauge on the things that are important to you, like for example, my fitness life. Every day I go into the gym, I put a number, a check mark in the box. And so I can say to myself, boy, oh boy, I've been really good with my exercises lately. I guess I'll take today off. I've been pretty consistent. And I look at my gauges and I say, oh my gosh, today is Wednesday and I haven't exercised since Sunday. I missed Monday and Tuesday. How did that happen? See, the mind will play tricks on you. And so every day I have a gauge on my exercise. I have a gauge on my spiritual life. I have a gauge on my business. In my business, I have certain tasks I have to do. In each task, I also have a gauge sheet. So I keep a gauge, and this is my accountability device to hold me accountable so that at the end of the week, at the end of the month, I can see how consistent I am. Because the magic in the success formula, the major ingredient in success is consistency. And you don't want to lose consistency. And the problem is if you don't keep an accountability device like a gauge sheet where you put a check mark in the box, and each goal, each task you have at the top, you have here fitness, and this is your gauge sheet for your fitness life. Up here you have your business, and maybe you have certain tasks that you do, like getting out emails or text messages or invitations or whatever it is that you have to do daily to grow your business. You have a task sheet, you have a gauge sheet on each of these tasks that you do. And every day you put a mark, you gauge yourself, and this is what holds you accountable. And what happens is you develop up this consistency of keeping your gauges, and it keeps you accountable. And this is what helps you to achieve your goals. Because if you don't do this, we have a tendency to lie to ourselves and not tell ourselves the truth. We think we're going to the gym 5 days a week, but when we keep a gauge sheet, when we keep an accountability device on ourselves, at the end of the year, we realize that, oh my gosh, I've only been going 3 days a week and I thought I was going 5 days a week. And so the mind will play tricks on you. And so this gauge sheet, this is a super accountability device to help you to do better in all areas of your life. So you've got one master copy. And what I do every year is I make 15 copies of this because I have 15 gauges that I keep track of, actually 13. But I always make copies. I have my master copy. And at the end of every year, I make my new copies and I keep my gauge sheet with pen and, paper. And you can do this, on a spreadsheet. But I've been trained to do it this way. So this is how I do it. But the days, the days in the month or the months of the year in vertical columns, and you keep a gauge, and you'll be surprised at how much this will help you to stay consistent. Because remember, an accountability device or accountability partner is just there to keep you consistent. But if you don't have this type of device, if you don't have an accountability partner, someone that you report to like a boss, we mess ourselves up. We think we're doing better than we really are. We always give ourselves more credit than what is due. And there's nothing more important than the facts. And the gauge sheets don't lie. So I hope this helps you out. Keep a gauge on your goals, those things that you're after, those tasks that you have to do, those 5 most important things. You should have 5 gauge sheets, right? With your family life, social life. You don't have to get too crazy with the social life, but you get the point. The point is you want to keep track of those things that you're doing, and you want to keep it on a sheet of paper, on a gauge, so you can see the reality. And at the end of 90 days, you look back and you say, wow, I missed a lot of days. So then the next 90 days, you just do a little bit better than the past 90 days. Maybe you haven't seen friends in a couple of months, right? You need to start seeing them maybe every 3 months. Go out for breakfast. I started a breakfast club with a bunch of my friends. And I go out once a month, twice a month with 1 or 2 friends. And this helps me to stay consistent, staying in touch with my friends. Because all of a sudden a year can go by and my gosh, you haven't seen 80% of your friends because you're so busy with your financial life and your family life, and you just forget about your social life and your friends that are so important to you. So keep a gauge on these things, because reality is when you master these 5 lives, that's how you have a great life. Because everything in life revolves around these 5 areas, these 5 most important things we need to master, which is our spiritual life or personal development, family life, fitness life, financial life, social life. Master your 5 lives and you'll master your life. I hope this helps you.